No country has had a more inglorious beginning than Australia. Australia began as a prison. No other country can say that. And it all began on the 26th of January 1788, and every year on that date we celebrate Australia Day, our national day. But this Australia Day was like all the others in recent memory, a day for Liberals at all levels to complain about Australia. It's too racist, it's celebrating an invasion and the genocide of the Aboriginal people. And it's not just the left, but also the government gets in on the act. Every year we have the media and the government complaining that we are not a republic. Why is modern liberalism so unpatriotic? Classical liberalism was patriotic. It believed in the nation state. It believed that there were things worth fighting for and dying for. It believed in national destiny, that each state should have its own people and that each were unique and distinct and that they should remain that way. So social liberalism was unpatriotic in peacetime, but just as patriotic as classical liberalism in wartime, particularly if they were the government. But from the 1960s, it became obvious that was no longer liberalism's opinion. It had changed. Liberalism believes in the autonomous individual, that every person should be free to be self-made, but they believed that that should happen within a man's own society. So patriotism was quite right and proper, because a man can only be self-made within his own society, so that society must be protected and defended. The Liberals' idea of society also needed protection, and those ideas meant that the nation deserved the love of its people. It was only natural in Liberal eyes that a liberal nation should be loved by its liberal people. They were one people sharing a common heritage, a heritage that was celebrated because it had created a liberal society, and that together they had a common liberal future. Of course, there were always dissenters who believed in universal love, that patriotism meant war, and that war was not a liberal value. But these opinions were normally private. Most liberals did not see any problem with patriotism. The death of classical liberalism changed that. The idea that we are one people sharing a common heritage was now regarded as negative instead of as a positive. A common heritage meant that others were excluded, that heritage was bigotry, that race, ethnicity, and religious denomination were also bigotry because they were by definition exclusive, and anything that is exclusive means that people miss out. Equality came into liberalism in the 1830s. It wasn't always a popular idea, but it became popular mainly because of democracy. One man, one vote was supported because it made all men, regardless of their social class, equal. But equality is quite a radical idea. It cannot stop. Logically, equality means levelling, making everyone the same, removing all distinctions between people, removing all barriers between people. Only then can we really be equal, or as liberals like to put it, become fully human. But patriotism is an obstacle to this. If you love one people, then you are being exclusive. You are being a bigot. If everyone is equal, then patriotism is wrong. It might even be evil. All people are equal. All cultures are equal. To love one small part of the world is just small-minded. To the liberal mind, this is logical, and to be honest, it is logical. It is entirely consistent with liberalism. If people are to become autonomous individuals, then all the things that define them must be destroyed. Their race, their ethnicity, their religion, their sex, their family, and their country must all be done away with. People cannot be allowed to love their country. That would be denying them the ability to become liberal, to become fully human. The problem with this whole idea is that liberalism itself is illogical. To love your own people, to love your own country, in other words, to be patriotic, is entirely natural. But liberalism denies that we have a nature. To deny human nature is surely illogical.